What are some of the biggest sales funnel setup mistakes that you see?
Well, the funnel is an art. We could talk about, an hour just about how to, how to analyze the funnel. I would say that, in my own case, I work with legacy software systems that are more than 20 years old, and the vast majority of people, it's like owning a 22-year-old pickup truck, and they're just driving it back and forth to work, and they have minimal insurance on it, and they just put gas in it. They don't want to make an investment in it. So I try and find people elsewhere in the organization who want to. Usually a financial person, if you talk about doing cost cutting or something that will be automating something that's labor intensive. Yeah, the CIO and the technical people aren't interested in it because they think you're gonna cut them out of a job and lay them off. Often that's not the case. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it isn't. But you need to work with if you work with a financial person, they'll always have a conversation. You say, hey, I can save your training cost by 40%. Are you interested? Yeah. Oh yeah. 9 times out of 10 they'll bring a perspective. They'll say, yeah, I want to talk to you about that. I want to work with you on that. So elsewhere in the funnel, I think the most important thing about the funnel when I look at reviewing it to find out what's really BS and what is an actual product. In the beginning, it's just anybody who wants to have you as a suspect. I go suspect, prospect, qualified, and there's a big gap between prospect and qualified, because at that point you've gone through budget, you've gone through their process, you really understand what it is they want to see by when, and then at qualified, then it goes closable, and then closed won, closed lost, or closed no decision. I think the most important thing on the funnel that in terms of a particular field, is that there's always a next step in there, and I want to see a very clear next step about who is doing what, or does the customer need to sign the quote? Does the customer need to have an internal meeting to review, and then say, and then who in your organization is responsible for seeing that gets done in a date and putting a date on it. So I think by doing that, it gets everybody. Somebody can look at it, an executive can look at it without having intimate knowledge about the people and their motivations, and decide, and make some better decisions, or trying to hone in on who needs help in certain areas too, because coaching is really important part of that. And I've seen the reps that are better at filling out the next step make more money, make more commission, and they just understand more about what the motivation is of the customer at any point in the sales process. And they're also good at getting referrals too, which is a really good post-sale step. Is who else could benefit from this? Who else could work the deal?